I'm Marcia Bush, and I came to Yellow Springs in the early 60s, and I've known Dal and Willa for a long time, and their family. And Willa and Dal are the only adults that I've ever known that I also went to Albion College, and it was a thrill to meet someone who'd been there too, although I was there after they were. But, and also Dal and I were in a Gestalt Therapy Institute group for 3 years with Howard Fink. And I just want to say that he was a man that, when I was in his presence, I felt so comfortable and so at home, and at the same time I felt a deep sense of his grandeur. I'll miss him very much.
Hi, thanks. I'm Mark Greenfield. I was in a play my freshman year at Antioch when Dallas was working at the Yellow Springs Community Theater, and it was a production of Midsummer Night's Dream. And when I got to Antioch, I was sort of a mess from high school and everything. And I was surprised to be cast in a Shakespeare play. I remember reading Shakespeare and really having no idea what a lot of it meant. I had to go through word by word. And I was very coarse. And I think Dallas was having, you know, sort of a rough time. I was playing Demetrius, and he's having a hard time getting me to a point where I was not coarse. And I remember very specifically this exercise he did with me and the actress who was my partner, this woman, Alyssa Olin. And he had us just sitting down, and also the guy playing Lysander, and I always get them confused, Helen and Hermia. And he had us sitting down next to each other. He played this song, and I'm also bad at classical music names. I believe it's Paco Bell's Canon. I think it's a very famous song. It's a beautiful song. It's a pretty well-known song. He played this song, and he had us just lying on the ground and holding hands. He said, have a conversation with your hands. And I thought, okay, well, that's nice because she's pretty, and I thought, I'll get to hold her hand. And we were holding hands, and there was this a moment that was almost like an epiphany for me, where we really had this incredible conversation with our hands. And I just started crying. And it was, and I realized, you know, and it touched this part of me that was not coarse. And this part of me that I really like and cherish. And it was this moment, and when I did it, and I really felt like, it was really this moment feeling like, I'm an actor, this is what I do, I'm actually good at this. And I'll remember it always, and it changed my life, and it was one of just a beautiful moment in my life that directly led to what I do now, and I appreciate it, and I'm glad to be here, so thank you.
Hello, everyone's been so eloquent, and it's been wonderful to hear the stories and learn of the man and remember the man. My name is Jalen Rowe, and I was born and reared in Yellow Springs, Ohio. My mother was part of the theater scene. The Dallases lived up the road from me for most of my childhood. And I left Yellow Springs very early, and I was gone for 30 years, but I'd come back to visit. And one time when I came back to visit, I saw Dal downtown. I didn't realize it was him. I ran up to him and I said, Tony, thank you so much for doing the tapes of my grandmother. They were wonderful. Oh, you were so brilliant. You asked the right questions. She gave the right answers. You took some gorgeous pictures of her. I thank you so much. And he listened and he smiled. And when I was through throwing up on him with the accolades of his son, he said, thank you so much, but Tony's my son. And then he looked at me and he says, oh, but I'm so appreciative of you.
I grew up in Yellow Springs. I was Peas Blossom in the 50s. And 35 years later, I had the great honor to show Willa and Dal a quarto of Midsummer Night's Dream, printed during Shakespeare's life in the Folger Shakespeare Library where I worked. I got to take a variety of people on tours in the stacks, including people like Ian McKellen and Derek Jacobi, but Dal and Willa paid me the most honor.